Canelo. But Bud is one of the best adjusters in the game. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to affect the
Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision.
It could happen, I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So, I'll be going for Bud, if he fight Canelo.
You got Crawford over Bud? I mean, you got Crawford over Canelo? Sorry.
I'll be going.
Errol Spence Jr. and Stephen A. Smith both weighed in on the blockbuster showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Spence explained that Crawford's decision to move up in weight proves his determination to chase greatness. To Spence, the move is bold, calculated, and admirable. He openly supports Crawford for daring to take such a massive leap. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith took an even firmer stance, declaring with confidence that Crawford will defeat Canelo.
The Crawford-Canelo, is this something that you could honestly think that should happen? There's weight classes for a reason.
It could happen. Why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So, I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo.
You got Crawford over Bud? You got Crawford over Canelo? Sorry.
I'll be going for him. I'll be going. I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I definitely be on Crawford. I think if anybody can pull out, he can pull out. He's chasing greatness, so why not?
But don't you think maybe it's just he's reaching a little bit more than, or I guess biting more than you can chew, because it's...
Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So if he can do it, he started at 47. So if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
Stephen A. Smith doubled down on his belief, emphasizing that Crawford's tactics and ring IQ are far superior to anything Canelo has faced in recent years. He highlighted Crawford's adaptability and ability to thrive under pressure. Smith didn't hesitate. He vowed to stand by his prediction of a Crawford victory all the way until fight night on September 13th.
Yes,
Who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo is, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway, for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford. Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always
prepared.
He's always ready. He's always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster. But he ain't got...
Whenever Crawford's move up in weight is discussed, Errol Spence's name always enters the conversation. Many fans argue that Crawford's dominant win over Spence proves he can handle another big challenge. But analyst Showbiz reminds everyone that Canelo is a very different fighter. Spence was strong and skilled, but his style was more straightforward. Canelo, on the other hand, carries heavier hands, a sturdier frame, and years of experience against naturally bigger men.
People thought Spence would destroy Canelo. That's why they linked Crawford would do what he did to Spence. He would do to Canelo. And the funny thing is, how many of you guys you remember me saying Canelo will whoop Spence's ass? I was like, that shit wouldn't even be close. And the dumb shit is, they think that Spence is similar to Canelo. I ain't never seen two fighters more different than Spence and Canelo. But Spence worked behind the jab. Canelo, not so much. Spence is southpaw. Canelo, not at all. Spence had a textbook defense. You were sideways. Canelo, more forward with the earmuffs, with the catch and shoot. Spence, hardly any head movement. He blocks and he breaks you down like a tank. Canelo, from waist up, his hand movements is incredible. I never seen fighters more different than Spence and Canelo.
Comparing Spence to Canelo can be misleading. They come from different weight classes and bring entirely different toolkits. Showbiz stresses that Crawford's win over Spence, as impressive as it was, doesn't guarantee the same result against Canelo. The Mexican superstar has faced and beaten countless elite opponents. Crawford will now face problems he never encountered against Spence. That's what makes this fight so compelling. It isn't just a continuation of the Spence-Crawford rivalry. It's a completely new challenge.
I don't see Crawford knocking Canelo out. If Canelo lets Crawford get away with boxing, he may have a shot. If Canelo comes in there and boxes and cut the ring, Canelo has a chance of knocking Crawford out.
What?
Yeah.
You said Canelo got a shot of knocking Crawford out?
I think he does.
Wow.
Remember, Crawford coming up for 135. And I don't know if y'all remember when he fought Gamboa. Gamboa rocked him a little bit too. And we talked about Canelo Alvarez.
That was a long time ago. If we gonna do that, Canelo got rocked by Jose Miguel Cotto.
I didn't know that. But on the real, Canelo has faced a bigger opposition. He's faced a bigger and a harder punchers. Who has Crawford faced that's a big puncher? Canelo's taking more hard punches than Crawford. The tail of the tape is going to be if Crawford can take the power from Canelo, and can Canelo box with Crawford and potentially hurt him and finish the fight.
Zab Judah gave his thoughts on Canelo's decision to bring Jaron Boots Ennis into camp as a sparring partner. Judah believes it's a smart move, as Ennis is one of the most explosive fighters at welterweight. Training with him allows Canelo to get a taste of the speed and movement Crawford brings. But Judah was quick to draw a line. Ennis and Crawford are not the same. Boots relies on explosive bursts and aggressive flurries, while Crawford fights with a rhythm and patience unique only to him.
It makes a difference in being able to see a lot more punches coming at you, a bigger guy throwing a lot more, sharper and volume of punches. Yeah, that makes it a little difference. But still Crawford is still a different technical fighter than Boots is. You know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of technician. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a right there in your face, take away and counter, lock up, counter. You know what I'm saying? Which Boots is out of there, out of there, boom, out of there. You know what I'm saying? A different kind of fight. Doesn't make
Judah explained further. Crawford switches stances seamlessly, controls distance with precision, and sets clever traps to bait opponents. Sparring with Ennis may sharpen Canelo's timing, but it won't fully prepare him for Crawford's cerebral style. Judah's point was clear. Sparring partners can help simulate the challenge, but under the bright lights on fight night, there is no substitute for facing Crawford himself.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the $1 million question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all. No. Berlanga's a big kid. Right. Yeah. So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle.
Oscar De La Hoya offered a more balanced perspective. He reminded fans that Crawford once had trouble against Yuriarkis Gamboa earlier in his career. That fight proved even great champions can be tested by smaller, skilled opponents. De La Hoya suggested that if Crawford struggled with Gamboa, then facing a bigger, stronger, and harder-hitting Canelo could be an even steeper hill to climb. Still, he didn't dismiss Crawford. He acknowledged him as one of the most technically sound fighters in boxing, with razor-sharp counters, masterful timing, and tactical brilliance.
Got me a little concerned about my boy because this dude right here is the goods, has the ability to do a lot of what Canelo's gonna see on fight night, and all he needs is a couple of reps of seeing it. And you know, it's not often you can find someone who can duplicate the guy that you're getting in the ring with. Who the hell did you spar with to get ready for Fondora?
Actually, yeah, the homie Mike Fox.
Mike Fox. Everybody use Mike Fox. Goddamn, Mike.
He gets
beat up for Fondora.
He gets employment.
For De La Hoya, what makes this fight fascinating is the collision of strengths. Canelo's size and power versus Crawford's skill and intelligence. He admitted that predicting the outcome is nearly impossible because both fighters possess weapons that could swing the fight. His uncertainty reflects the very reason the world is so intrigued. This isn't just another fight. It's a clash of styles with history on the line.
A racial fight. That's what it is. It became a racial fight. It became blacks against whites. It wasn't like that a few weeks.
Definitely wasn't. I didn't hear nothing about race. I heard more so about size and weight class and, you know, resumes, etc.
Right. I mean, that's just what that's what it came to. I mean, people can deny it all they want, but realistically, like, that's what it came to. It's a racial fight. Blacks against the Mexicans. That's what it came down to. You know what I mean? So I think that's why a lot of people mad that, you know, Boots is sparring Canelo, because it's like, oh, he's helping him out. You know what I mean? But like I said, what Bud have turned the camp down? Would he have stopped the money for Boots?
Sean Porter also broke down Canelo's camp decision and praised it as a clever strategy. He compared it to Sebastian Fondora bringing in Mike Fox to replicate tricky opponents. In this case, Boots Ennis is the closest thing Canelo can get to simulating Crawford. His explosiveness, footwork, and sharp angles force Canelo to adapt in training. Still, Porter emphasized that Crawford is different from anyone else. He shifts gears mid-fight, adapts seamlessly, and punishes mistakes instantly. Preparing for that kind of unpredictability is nearly impossible, but Ennis at least provides a valuable test.
This is what scares me going into this Terence Crawford fight. These are the guys Canelo's typically fighting. This is his last opponent, William Scull. William Scull is far from a great opponent. When we're talking about sheer size and strength, Canelo is just way more built and used to taking on larger guys and overpowering them. Look at William Scull. This guy is jacked. He's huge, man. And that makes me think, like, if Canelo has been taking punches from guys like this, I'm not saying William Scull in particular, but guys like William Scull, the size of William Scull, and he's been dropping them, stopping them, beating them around the ring, overpowering, over-muscling, just everything, physically demanding over them. That makes me think, man, Terence Crawford, I don't know what, you gonna have to come with some heat, dog.